What's up, y'all? I just want to take a moment and talk to my new traders. Last night, I was just up thinking about a lot of the things that a lot of new traders that I've encountered struggle with. One of the major things that a lot of traders go through is comparing themselves to the person that they're either learning from or comparing themselves to someone that they see on social media. I want to go ahead and break down why this habit is unhealthy and will hurt you in the long run. I've always looked at it like this. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 7. The analogy is comparing life to a book, or in this instance, your trading journey to a book. The person that you may see on social media or the person that you may be learning from, which you purchased a course from, or you've been learning on YouTube just from their, free stuff that they offer on their channel. You can't compare yourself to that because you're just beginning. You don't want to go side by side and compare, say, okay, this person in their first year, they made this person in their fifth year, they made this, and then try to make that your results because everyone is different. I've seen individuals go from having no knowledge to being able to make six figures within a less amount of time than I have. And for me, it took me roughly about 6 months. I've seen students have it in 3 months. I've seen students have it in 1 month. I've also seen students go through and never achieve six figures. So it all depends on the person. And mainly the people who don't achieve the success that they're looking for are the ones who compare themselves to others. And then when they don't see those results, they start to pull back, and start doubting whether or not they can actually achieve success within trading. This is why I say that comparing yourself to someone else is always detrimental. It never brings anything good about it. I can understand looking at other people's success and have it as inspiration. That's cool. By all means, do that. But don't confuse that with the work that you need to put in to get to that point. Those people who have achieved success have put in the work. They've done the countless hours of back testing. They've done the countless amounts of trades submitted in order to refine their strategy. They've gone through the psychological warfare that they have to go through in order to become the emotionless or emotionally managed trader. You have to put in that same exact work. There's really no timeline on how long that takes. It really all depends on you and your personal development and your growth. If you've had a lot of trauma to unpack, you didn't learn a lot of these things growing up, then you have potentially a longer journey than others. But if you were growing up disciplined, if you grew up knowing how to manage your emotions, if you grew up knowing how to be patient, if you grew up knowing to, manage your money properly, then you're really not going to have an issue. This could be a very quick run for you once you learn the strategy. Your journey is your journey. Something else I see traders struggle with a lot is not knowing when to cut their losses and also being too greedy. At this point in my career, I also was one of those traders who did not know how to cut my losses and also became too greedy, but that was in the earlier stages of me trading. And now I've overseen just about 1,000 traders within my entire journey. And one of the major things that a lot of new traders go through is not knowing when to cut their losses and being too greedy. Normally, the traders who cannot cut their losses are the ones who cannot accept being incorrect. And the ones that are too greedy are the ones that are always looking for more, that what they have right now is never enough. Not saying that that's a bad mindset to have, but you have to also be able to take a step back and realize, hey, like I'm making this off of my cell phone, whatever the amount is. Before you had to go clock into a job, or you would have to do, something, some type of work to be able to make that type of money when we're talking about paychecks. Or even if it's, $20 in 20 minutes. It's a huge step up. So if you're one of those traders who struggle with either of those things, what I recommend is sticking to a risk management plan, meaning focusing on a set amount of risk and a set amount of take profit. So for instance, for me, I do a 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio, meaning that for every 5%, I'm looking to make 25%. You can do something along the lines of that, or you can decrease it or increase it. It really just depends on your personal strategy and what you've seen from what you've back tested. But trust me, I've seen a bunch of stories where I've had students go from like $200 and they're up floating like 19,000 on a specific trade, just because, you know, a lot of the times in trading you can get lucky. I don't rely on luck, but there are a bunch of times that you can get lucky where something just randomly happened in the world and you happen to be in the right side of that news being outbroken, and now you're in just like massive profits. But what comes along with that is the mindset of, oh, it's going to keep going up. When you start taking on that mindset, that's where I would begin to start to, you know, pull back and be like, all right, let me start securing some profits because I'm low-key tripping. Because you have to look at it like this: the market always goes up, it always goes down. We could compare this to Newton's third law, where he says something, you feel me, what goes up must come, well, yeah, what goes up must come back down. Yeah, that literally happens. And also, what goes down must come up. That's, you could add that into trading as well, because the market is always moving. The market is always ever changing, and you never want to be so stuck in one way of looking at the market that you're so focused on being correct all the time. And you have to look at it like this: would you rather be right about what you're saying, or would you take the 19,000 that's on the table, for instance? And if you're the student that's watching this that ended up doing that, listen, there is no hate or anything like that. I'm just using you as an example. This can be a major learning curve for a lot of people moving forward. You just have to understand that with making a lot of money comes responsibility. And if you want to get to that next level, you have to be able to responsibly manage your emotions and your greed. You have to be able to manage it. Otherwise, it's going to slip right through your hands. If you're someone who struggles with not being able to cut your losses, what I would just say is, like, listen, you're not going to be right all the time. You actually don't have to be right even half the time. All that you have to be able to do is manage your money properly. The less attached that you become to those specific trades every time that you take one, the better you're going to be. Now, I'm not saying become completely emotionless to the point to where you can see a bunch of money floating on your screen and you just not take it. That's not what I'm talking about. What I mean is that no longer are you holding on to every move, every tick in the market where you're just like, hey, oh, it's down $5, or, you know, it fell down a little bit past my entry. You should look at it like a game, realizing that each of those trades don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But what does matter is what you learn from each one of those trades to get you to that one position to where you make a large sum of money. So if you look at it from a perspective of, I'm taking a series of trades instead of it having to focus on this one trade, you're now able to think clearly and see the bigger picture. Because understand, if you're risking 2 to 1 per position, now you don't have to win as many times as a lot of people think you have to. Continue to look at the game in a series of trades. Don't look at it as just, okay, this one trade, because you can get lost in that. We're not gambling here. We're not looking to hit big on blackjack. What we're looking to do is manage our money over a series amounts of trades, over a series amount of years, because this is a marathon, not a sprint. Unless if you're in it just for the quick little bull run that happens every couple of years, then hey, this video is not for you. But if you're here and you're looking to make a career out of trading and actually be within the space and continue to grow and continue to be able to fund yourself using the money from the markets, you have to understand that this is a marathon. What comes along with marathon running is that you can't sprint your way through the entire marathon. You have to be able to pace yourself. You have to set goals. You have to manage the amount of speed that you're running. That's essentially what you have to do in trading as well. And until you understand that, you're going to continue to be stuck in that loop of unprofitability. That's all that I wanted to talk about today. I've noticed that there's been a lot of new traders that have been following me, and I don't know whether or not you're a seasoned trader or if you're a new trader, and I wanted to address just some things that I feel like every trader should know. So I'm going to continue this as a series. I'm not going to put a name on it because I don't exactly have a name at the current moment. But what I want to do is just continue to give free game to you guys and help you along your journey, because these are some of the things that I battled with by myself, and I wish that I had somebody sitting down making a video about it. So I'm going to continue to, whenever I have these thoughts at night, or I could just be playing a game or something, and I'm thinking about trading and something that I went through along my journey, or something that I helped someone else with and I haven't documented it, I'll make sure to put these on a channel. So there's not going to be a regular upload schedule for these. It's just going to be random. If you want to catch these as soon as these upload, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications. And if you want to be a part of a trading community that cares about your success and wants to see you win, I do have my Discord in the description. It is Currency Collectors. You can join in there. It's completely free. You don't have to pay for anything unless you want to. And if you believe this video can help any of your trading buddies or anybody that's in one of your trading communities, make sure you do share this to them. And if this video was helpful for you, make sure you do like and comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.